What's up, everybody? This is Scott Garber live from the inaugural Peak Conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, highlighting founders, investors, executives across the global sports landscape. Excited to welcome my good friend Beau Geedup with Nardo Experience. Beau, my man, what's going on, brother?
Scotty,
We made it
good, bro.
happen. How we
Yeah.
doing today? How's the
Very well.
how's Peak treating you?
Man, loving it. It's been amazing. Obviously, being based out in Australia, pretty far removed from the momentum of these big markets over here. And I think SportsTech, or even just tech in general, we've been finding down in Australia, pivoting from a direct-to-consumer brand now into the B2B sportswear space through a tech lens has been pretty slow. So, man, I stumbled across Peak by Googling what's the biggest sport tech conference in the US, and you guys came up. So, then obviously being a part of the Profluence platform as well. Build a couple of good relationships there with Andrew and Eddie Fitzgibbon as well. So, mate, just loving here, just networking, connecting ideas. It's been amazing.
It's so good. And we got to give a little plug to Peak because unless you lived off social or under a rock, the marketing for this thing made it look like it was year 5 or 6. Man, it was everywhere. Was it like that in
Well,
Australia
yeah.
as well?
Well, to be honest, I actually when I first chatted with Eddie about it, I'm like, oh, what was it like last year? He said, no, this is the first year. I was like, oh, crazy. They've done a really good job of situating it like that, giving it that energy, that hype that it needs. So, being a consumer outside of this market, I definitely it looked exactly like it'd been happening for a few years. So,
Let's go.
and the way that's been delivered, it's been magic for us. From we're an exhibitor here, we're onboarded really well. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Well done. Well done. Well, listen, I'm always curious, coming from Australia, landing in North America, I'm trying to break into this market. Have you been able to meet some league operators, youth sports investors? Who's highlighting, or who would you highlight that you've met at Peak that's going to help move the business forward as you grow and scale?
Yeah, it's really interesting. We did like a pre-seed round of funding over in Australia, but capital for us wasn't our biggest objective. We want strategic alignment. We've been bootstrapped and built on the back of building Australia's leading streetwear brand. So connecting with other operators, other sport tech operators that have really got their footprint in this market. We see apparel as something that every semi-pro and amateur sport club needs. There's a lot of businesses here that are already servicing that market, and we believe that we can tether apparel and the procurement of apparel to those organizations that are already servicing that market. So we've connected with a lot of good organized operators in that space already, which has been really interesting. Different sports leagues, associations, federations as well, and then clubs themselves. Different players, clubs, smaller leagues, everybody here. But the really exciting one for us are the other sport tech companies that are servicing that youth sports market that aren't yet looking at tech and apparel together.
I'm curious, because what you're bringing with such tenure and expertise from the direct-to-consumer side and bringing it into sport where there's a ton of innovation. What's the reception been like? Have you guys been absorbed nicely? It's a good community here, but from a product lens, give me a little insight to what conversations have been like.
It's been mind blowing, actually. Chatted to a guy from JP Morgan and the different operators, and having a look at it. And those that understand it are blown away.
Yeah.
I think we've created something that's really intuitive. Without giving too much away and without showing the platform. It's a way for semi-pro and amateur clubs to be able to procure their gear while saving a bunch of time and money. So we're an end-to-end design and procurement platform. A club just needs to upload their logo. Our system will design them an entire catalog and collection, all in one centralized system. It then pings an order to our offshore supply chain, which automates the whole process every step of the way. So it's kind of like this direct-to-consumer B2B fusion. The B2B garment manufacturing space is an inherently clunky one, and we've streamlined all of that from start to finish. So everybody who's seen it is that the UI and the UX, because we have a direct-to-consumer background in building brand and narrative and that energy, for some reason the B2B market doesn't tend to have a lot of that energy and brand narrative and stuff infused into it. We're bringing that energy from building Australia's leading streetwear brand and fusing that in with the B2B sportswear market.
I'm gonna give a quick plug. Geedup, you got to check out the original venture. You're bleeding so much of that knowledge into what you're doing now and helping shape what this industry is gonna look like. I got to ask you as we wind this down, talking to other founders that are looking to go ahead and build really any company, what a piece of advice would you give them from your experience in building successful businesses within this industry?
Honestly, back yourself to roll the dice, man. I think you can overcomplicate everything, but momentum is the true essence of growth. I think we can really we're trying to perfect everything, but have the balls to place the bet. Then back yourself on that, bro, and then invest in your relationships. The innate human connection is the cornerstone in the true economy of what it is to build in this world. So I think you're really investing in your relationships, invest in your relationship with yourself, and place those big bets, bro.
You heard it from Beau Geedup. Momentum is everything, and that's what we have here at Peak. Thank you so much for participating,
brother.
and look forward to seeing you next year.
Good, man. Appreciate it,
Much
brother.
love.
Thank you.